The app I'm going to be doing a tutorial on today is Cell World by Virtual Immersive Educational Worlds. And the link to get it on the App Store is there, but the cool thing about this app is it's also available on Android and iPhone, not just iPad. So no matter what device you have, you can download this really cool app. It's really great for biology students, especially in high school and middle school, who maybe they haven't really seen a lot of the cell, and it kind of lets them explore parts of the cell, and some of the stuff is really abstract, so it's really good. Here's the icon. Looks like that if you're looking for it on the App Store. When you find it on the App Store, this is what you get. The description: basically enter the mysterious world of the cell, travel through translucent blue cytoplasm, and feel the hypnotic movement of the cell membrane. It's really cool. It's just really kind of a neat way to explore the cell, because obviously, high school students and middle school students, they don't really have access to high-powered electron microscopes where you can see the cell. So this is really a nice way to kind of get them more familiar with parts of the cell. When you open the Cell World app, you'll see, this is the first screen you see, and obviously the first big thing you want to see is the play button. You just click that and it goes into it. But also, something else to note while we're here is there's a home screen button up here along with some music options, which just basically mutes the music if you want, and then a help screen, which I will show you on the next slide. Once you click the help button, that little question mark up in the top left hand corner, it basically tells you everything you need to know. So over here, we have more information on the selected organelle, and then down here it shows you exactly what all these buttons do, and then this you just basically move around with your finger and you can just move around the entire cell. After the help button, this is the first place that you are taken, and it's just a picture of the eukaryotic cell. Unfortunately, they don't have a prokaryotic version, not that I've found, but it's pretty simple anyway, so we don't really need it. So this is just the basic eukaryotic cell. You can see we have nucleus here, mitochondria over here, Golgi over here. And you can zoom in on each of those different organelles, and it gives you more information about it. So let's pick an organelle to zoom in on and see what happens. So here we zoomed in on the mitochondria, and it's kind of, everybody kind of knows about the mitochondria, so it's kind of a good place to start. Here we can see really a lot of detail they put into this app. You can see the various cristae within the mitochondria. It gives you a very basic description of what it does. Power plant or powerhouse, meaning it's generating a lot of energy. And if students are still confused about what this does, then we can click this little button over here and let's see what it does to give us more information. So now that we've opened that side tab, we have a little bit more information about the mitochondria given here. It tells us that they are the power plants of the cell, that they make energy called ATP. They are surrounded by two membranes, have their own genome, they have their own DNA, everything. You can scroll down using the scroll down bar here and get a little bit more information about this. Another really cool thing is in the app, you see this pause button up here. It actually can talk to you. So if maybe, I don't know, students with reading difficulties, they can listen instead of read, and so then they understand better that way, which I think is a really neat feature of this app. So now what we want to do is maybe click some of these next buttons and see what happens if we go back or if we go forward. You can go either way, and explore a little bit more of the cell. When I clicked the next button, I just went forward instead of backwards because it made more sense. I was transported to another part of the cell called the cytoplasm, and it's basically all this watery looking stuff here. And it's really neat because in the app it moves and it's kind of very aesthetically pleasing and graphically pleasing for such a small little iPad app. It's really just kind of nice to see the whole picture of the cell from, kind of the outside. Another thing about this app is you can zoom in and out. You don't have to move in a set pattern. You can move whichever ways you want, and by pinching and expanding two fingers, you can zoom in and out of a particular organelle. Again, here's the mitochondria that we saw already, and it's pretty much zoomed in from what it was. And now we can see centrioles, and here's another mitochondria over here. So it's just really, it's really in depth as far as the eukaryotic cell, which can get kind of complicated for some kids. especially, like I said, it's kind of really abstract. So this app I think is really great for putting everything together into a nice little package of cells for students who are just learning about the cell. So I really like this app. It's on the App Store for 99 cents or $1, which I think is fairly cheap for what it is. There's a lot of things you can do and learn from it. The narration tool is very useful. Like I said, if, maybe you have students who maybe they just learn better by listening, because everybody learns differently. So learning by listening instead of reading, then that way they can take in that information a little bit better. They can explore the cell at their own leisure. It can help with studying, or maybe they're making a project or doing a diorama of a cell, doing a poster of the cell, and they need to kind of figure out where everything fits together. This can really give them some really great ideas of how to complete those projects, and also just know how all the parts in the cell work together to. So, if you are studying any type of biology that deals with cellular components, I highly recommend downloading Cell World to help you put together all the organelles and different various pieces of the eukaryotic cell. Thanks.